Hello everyone, this is Ryan Pigg, the executive producer of ASS.
This is Daniel Ott, the person in ASS.
Well, you've done a lot. The reason I chose Dan to do the commentary with is because not only have we worked on other stuff, but also he's an actor and he's done a lot of production as far as this web series. So, yep, and that's.
I will accept your flattery.
And graphics are done by Kate Atkins. She did a lot. She did the opening and ending credits for the show.
They are lovely.
They are great. Make it look real good.
Right, so this is the first episode.
And this is Nico. Last name?
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't want to butcher it.
2 years, and
Is this the first thing we shot?
Yes, this was summer. I actually pitched this idea to Frequency TV, and
checking out my Levi 569s?
like maybe 2 weeks later, I started filming.
That was a comment about my jeans that was real.
And that was improv.
All improv.
There's a lot of improv, mostly done by Dan and Matt and Harrison.
This was summer. So throughout this entire series, the length of my hair will change, and
even though it's supposed to take place in 2 days, maybe. Yeah,
because it was a few months, and then my body weight changes slightly. I lose a little bit of weight, and then suddenly there's an outburst.
Yeah. This was improv too.
How did you come up with this idea?
The show?
Yeah.
I don't know, because they were telling us I got hired for Frequency over the summer because of stuff I do for White Pig TV, and one day, the second week we're gonna meet, they said bring in pitches because we're trying to think of new TV shows we can do, and mine was like the only narrative that we pitched, but everyone pitched one idea, and I had some other ideas. I had like Pork Report I wanted to pitch, but I wasn't in love with it, and then the whole horror web series I used to do where I talk about a horror genre type of horror show or movie and then recreate it. But I decided to pitch this instead, and it just like came to me maybe an hour before the pitch. So
the horror thing was like something you've done in the past too.
Yeah, right? I've done it with you and Spencer, and then I did it back in high school or early college. I'm not really sure. That was Tess Collins, everyone.
Yeah, Tess
Collins.
Hey, Tess.
She said she couldn't act. But
and then here is an outside shot of a house that is not the
with Harrison O'Neill. He's going places. A lot of his stuff was improv. And
that outside was your house, the place you stayed over the summer, or the place that you lived.
Yeah, the place where I'm currently living.
This is the inside of my house.
This is Oxbow Manor, and that's Matt Thompson. Also
the lovely
going places.
Matt Thompson.
He's incredibly terrifying, and his hair changes a little bit too.
And the cane is not a character choice, but it is because at this time he had a massive wound he attained from jumping a fence, and there were stitches, and he was limping and had a cane.
And that laugh at the very end was improv by Harrison. And this is Tom Lounsbury.
A lovely friend. This is the bottom of Columbia's TV building
that people forget about quite often.
I didn't know it existed. This is my 3rd year, and I didn't know this place existed.
Yeah, I don't know how I found it, but it was weird to find because it's very nice. It's very I don't know. It's like that cafe in Extreme Goofy Movie that everyone always wanted, except it's not as.
It'd be cool if it was
it's not as hipsterish. It's not as cool.
It's arcade machines.
That's nice.
Are there any customers?
I wonder if the art school security guards at the TV building, like,
we should
know who I am because I know they watch it. They have to. The TV's right there.
We should have done research. I should have done like some more method acting.
They're forced to make me.
I like how Nico was clearly fake writing there.
Yeah, but you could. That was not a sound effect. That was him actually like doing. I think it was a skin against the paper. It was very comical.
It's also weird to see Tom with glasses.
Yeah, it's weird to see Tom acting. I can't get him to act in a lot of things, but when I do, it's always a miracle. It's always good.
It's weird to.
It's a pleasure.
Why would a child want a camera?
This was so hard to do. You'll see in the blooper reel. This was like 9 takes maybe because we could not get the elevator.
Yeah, trying to match the elevator with this cut.
Yeah,
and not laugh at the last line. There's a really great take where, probably in the bloopers, when Nico walks to the elevator and gets closed in it.
I had to cut out the pimp line. Who pays in cash? Pimps? My handwriting.
Oh, and there's air conditioners behind that. That's from... We had no air conditioning in this
the day
apartment,
before.
and we had to go buy them at like 11 at night because it was awful. First world problems.
Kelsey Koch. She is the female protagonist. This is...
Editing lab.
I think I got something here.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about this scene.
Looking at centipedes and looking at pornography.
AKA John.
I think wasn't there someone else in the room too?
Say what? Oh, yeah, that was one of the frequency workers.
Just hear someone typing.
Which good, because we want to make it look like a computer lab. We didn't want to make it look like our school security had their own.
Or ruining the illusion. It's a computer lab with like really nice speakers.
He's not a student.
Well, pretty nice speakers.
It makes residences aware of criminals in their area. Does everything?
Let's see. Nice granite countertops.
West
Pictures of centipedes.
It's actually pretty close to where Josh lives now, I think.
We should bring the weapons.
Which Josh?
The chief said we can't use the
Oakley. He lives off of Cermak and
Oh yeah.
something like that.
Unintentional. Oh, and there's a Panda
Sketchy
Express
Panda
cup behind us.
Advertisement.
Yeah. There's me looking nice and fat. Has he shaved
Was this
that day?
improvised? I don't remember.
I don't really.
You coming back was improvised. That was it. Pretty sure.
Oh, I like this shot. It looks nice. There's
Not
the
a
alley.
fake cigarette. Matt is a part-time chimney.
I like the Japanese headband.
That was your idea, right?
It was just like in my closet. I probably should wash that. I don't remember what this scene's about.
I don't either. I think basically this is Harrison saying I need to go home before I deliver the tape.
I do like the idea that these kidnappers are living in like a second floor apartment.
Yeah, I think it's just like a hideout kind of thing.
People live above and below them. Looking out. And the centipede tattoo's a nice touch.
Thanks. Yeah. I remember writing in something about the centipede tattoo, so they could tell who Centipede is. But then I ended up like writing it out anyways, so I just basically drew that for nothing.
And if you saw behind Harrison, there was a chair, and I think that originally there was
broken.
an action scene where we were gonna break.
We were gonna break that over McRoby's head when he was gonna play the villain, and then we ended up getting Ryan Lorraine instead.
We couldn't break the chair enough to make it where you could break
Do
it
that,
over
yeah.
someone. Oh, and then here comes the gun.
And this is Matt saying that
Foreshadowing.
he's gonna end up killing Harrison anyways. Oh, I should probably introduce while we're doing commentary. We're doing commentary basically... Oh, here's the cane. Basically so we can look back on this and later on in life and kind of understand why
It's
we
kind
made
of so
this.
that in like 10 years when if we have projects under our belt that have people have noticed, and then people can be like, oh, look at this thing I found that Ryan Pickington and Lot were in. Oh, this is still summer, so it's nice and warm, and I have shorts on, which is a rare
I think
sight.
this was actually like seconds before you had to be at work. So
Oh yeah, we're like shooting.
so we had to hurry with the filming in this episode.
It's also a weird day. I'm wearing New Balance shoes.
This is you guys in pizza delivery costumes.
I'm a Mario.
This is when it gets really like.
Racist.
There's like there's like moments of the show where it goes over the top and is.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like this wouldn't happen. Like some of it's like really dramatic, like oh my god, he has a gun, and there's some parts they're just like, how are they getting away with this?
I think I like that though.
This would never happen. No one is this stupid.
He's on the run.
There's also an address clearly on display.
There's what?
Like there's an address clearly on display.
Oh yeah. Well, they don't know what street it is.
And this cool jump. I was impressed with myself in these scenes because I was running for distances I didn't think I was capable of.
Yeah.
Like this one right here, I think it. Like I'll throw up my mustache and sprint. And it doesn't look like you think it would.
This episode was edited by Jake Goldberg, and he texted me saying, "What kind of music do you want?" And I said, "I want dubstep, you motherfucker."
This is character development. Good guy Nico. We're just dipping into memes for character development.
And then this little shot, I took this 3 times because Harrison kept on saying ASS, or he kept saying ass instead of ASS, which happens with a lot of characters that aren't main characters on the show. They say ass instead of ASS.
There's also there was also a guy up in the window above where we're shooting this because it's just in an alleyway and we didn't know anyone. I remember the guy just kept looking out, but
Oh, really?
to appear that he
I didn't even
be
notice
seen.
that.
The
I
ASS.
don't think he was worried. I think he was curious of the
Yeah.
guy screaming into his
I
phone.
was gonna say, we don't look threatening.
Oh, and it started to rain too.
Yeah, goddamn raindrop.
It was like gonna
That's
rain.
why.
I had to go to work.
Yeah, the last 2 shots of Harrison were good, but I had to cut them because of the raindrop.
Oh, and this scene, we had to do this a few times.
Yeah, because Harrison would not die.
There was
Or
like
centipede.
45-second deaths.
Alright, this is Matt being diabolical.
All of the Matt scenes, were they color corrected? Because they have like this darker contrast.
I did, yeah, I edited this one because Jake sent me the copy and I didn't like how it ended, so I cut it out and put it at the beginning of the next episode and then made this the ending.
Here's Ryan.
That's Ryan Lorraine. He stepped in last minute, thank God. Because I couldn't have it. I didn't know who would play Leo.
Former roommate extraordinaire.
Yeah, there's a lot of former roommates in this series.
And this nice montage of cut in and outs.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This episode was edited by Connor Bach, who just last minute he was like, "Do you need an extra editing hand?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And I just like, he was the one editor who had the least amount of time, and he got it done in like a day and a half, maybe 2 days.
He's also the
And
only
it's
one that
beautiful.
centered an episode title.
Yeah, which is cool.
I like the intent, like the frequency TV planner going on behind.
Yeah, it's just like a little bit of advertisement. Let's see. Royce Hargrove plays the temporary chief.
What if he had a weapon?
I was watching community commentary and they were trying not to. Someone was trying not to give the spoilers away. I'm like, obviously, if they're watching the commentary, they know what's about to happen. They wouldn't watch the commentary for the first time.
People watching commentary first. I want to know all about the movie
So
before
yeah,
everybody
you
watches.
know, this isn't the real chief. Especially if you watch the opening credits and you know Kevin's in here anyways.
I kind of want this really, really slow, like like moving it up. I can't even think of the right word. A shot moving in on him as he tells this story. And there's someone's Facebook in the background.
Although Connor did a good job of making it kind of super intense. He used his creativity while editing.
There's some green markers and some orange juice. There's someone laughing outside.
Royce didn't know I don't think I put flamboyant in the script, but yeah. I told him when he came to set to be I asked if he could bleed flamboyant. He's like, yeah, I can try. So that was him being that. This is Kevin Quatman, an actor. Him and Harrison have been actors on a lot of frequency television productions. They're both going places.
Oh, this is when the microphone. We had like 1,000 issues with the microphone.
Yeah. This episode was filmed the same day the finale was filmed. Part of the finale was filmed.
So this was just a cluster cuss of issues.
I hope people
For
get that
audio.
joke, that Badges joke. The Badges joke came about. Connor was brilliant with his editing, but it was. He asked.
forgot about
He's
this.
like, "Do you want this to be really dramatic?" I was like, "Yes, make it like melodramatic." WTF? What the hell's going on? Kind of thing. But no, we were doing a promo, and Kate was filming, and she goes, "All right, flash your badges." And Nico goes, "Our what?" I was like, "Perfect." Threw it in the script last minute.
Everyone's hair looks really good in this show.
Yeah.
What now?
I wish I could have used a shot of him like lapping it like a dog.
Isn't that in the credits though? Like the
Yeah, it's in the
gross
ending credits, and then I'm gonna put in the bloopers. This was
one?
good.
Ooh, a discovery.
So, I'm assuming.
We did a lot of
What? Yeah, one
Single
take
shots.
one shots,
But how will we find where you left the
time.
camera?
single shots.
They look good though.
At least he went to die.
Because this was the second film day I had you.
It's probably like a week or two. This is probably like 2 or 3 weeks later.
Yeah. Keep in mind we only
Get some hair
filmed.
growth.
I think we only had 3 or 4 film
Till
days.
the end, I'll meet
Only 3 that I needed you.
Put in like a super.
Oh shoot. So I edited this episode.
Okay.
But this is where Ryan's character is introduced. For
This
real.
is when, and this is like
I'll check the kitchen.
a month or so later.
Yeah, this was.
So I can't. It actually might be shorter. I may have gotten a haircut since.
This was end of October.
Pete, I think
This
I
was
found it.
before, like a little bit before Halloween, versus the last episode was September, and the one before that, like the first 3 episodes were filmed
It's really funny to watch myself
July.
be physical. This is
Who is that guy?
He's really sweet. Guys, what are you doing?
Really doesn't like article security.
Alright.
Oh yeah, Ryan's like a really nice guy, but I always have him play like, well, not always. This is the first production he was in, but I had him play a really evil character.
Geological process.
You have a nice little discussion.
That was subdoc.
Everyone's got time for discussions when there's evil afoot.
Involving poop.
Is it
I
bad?
don't know how I came up with that. I think I was drunk when I wrote that line.
Is it bad to laugh at yourself?
No, Connor really liked your acting. Connor and Mike loved your acting, and Nico's. They thought you guys were really funny.
I really like this. I like those shots. I think they're funny.
It's weird because I can only hear part of the song out of my head,
Yeah.
inside the headphones.
I also know that the knife thing I did, and we had to stop because you guys lost it.
God,
I'm bragging.
Thank God for freeplaymusic.com. I just advertise them for a second.
And the hit looks good.
Still another one?
No, I just knocked him out.
Did we kill another one?
Oh, this is now we're at
Oh yeah, this
Michael
is Mike,
Masterson's
Tom and Emery's
house.
house.
yeah Tom from the
Which is
Tom from earlier, Mike from later. I don't think Emery's in it, but he helped
Emery's
us
not in
a
this
few
one.
times.
Sounds familiar. Isn't he the
he was
sausage king?
super busy. Tom was a last minute actor, but thank God he's there. He's a great actor.
This is another one. This one took us a few,
Grace.
but I think Matt does a very nice job in this.
Isn't the character's name must have been
And in case anyone's wondering, this is supposed to be the
Professional box.
where they keep
How
the
does one become a professional box and make
Yeah.
they keep the kidnapped.
It just looks a little nicer now.
And then I was gonna say this is the episode Mike filmed, but this isn't. It's the next one.
Oh yeah.
This is still me.
Now we're down in the basement. Now, the basement was really cool because the basement, I don't know who it is, but the neighbors have this framed photo of Mr. Miyagi and Daniel on the wall.
Signed, right?
Signed, yeah. And there's like a dark room down there, but that photo. And they also had a giant watch that was like the size you could wear on your,
size of
your
a
belt.
Well, bigger than a belt, actually. Oh, that's Kelsey Koch being introduced as far as a character.
And we got the Breaking Bad bike lock on Nico's neck.
I asked Frequency TV people, like, what do you think of the show so far? And they said the only the only bad thing we've heard about ASS is some guy was watching on the TV on the elevator said to copy Breaking Bad. I was like, no, we knew exactly what we were doing.
Yeah. It's funny though, because Nico was kind of uncomfortable with it at first.
Yeah,
Which I'm sure it is. You're like
which is
nailed to a
normal,
thing.
Especially, I don't know if he was claustrophobic. But.
It wasn't really like, I don't think it was intentional to originally copy Breaking Bad. It was just kind of happened to be there, and it was funny.
Yeah, no, that was a good idea. That was your idea.
And it's kind of
He may have not
makes it creepy.
The Bob Saget line was improv too.
That took a lot of
Because Nico
takes.
didn't know the name at first, and I was like, it's April Foreman, but you should say something else.
Joe's Bob Saget.
Bob Saget!
School security. I'm Joel and this is Pete.
I don't know why I put that in.
Saw your ransom videotape.
And you're here to rescue me?
Sure, I guess.
It's very oblivious.
Have you seen a camera back around?
It's like a normal.
Oh, and I just think of the drinking game when I hear.
Oh yeah, no. Someone asked me about that. They're like, "There's a line," because I made a drinking game for the show because I'm in college, and one of it was finish your drink when someone says it's like a normal bag but longer. So that's 2 finished drinks so far.
This looks nice too because it was only shot with like lamps.
Well, the thing with this episode's really special to me because I had this. Community has their timeline episode, and Dan Harmon just thought of the idea, but I think Crispy wrote it. So I was interning at WCIU, and I told my friend Jeff about it, who I'll be living with in LA in a couple of months. But I had told him about it. And he's like, "Do you want me to write an episode?" I was like, "Could you write this episode?" So we did, and then Mike directed and edited it. So I really like this one. This is my timeline episode.
That's trailer fodder. That line is so you can put this in a trailer. There's Ryan. With some nice hair. Oh, then this.
Watch what you do, Dan, because I love that while he's just pulls the keys out of Nico's pocket, you take out your glasses and look at your hands. I'm not sure why.
I think my original intention was like, oh wait, I'm free and I could do something, and then I get taken.
Well, yeah.
It was really hard to do though, because I'm not exactly a light person, and pulling me up by my shirt was a task.
Sean did it.
And we pulled it
Pretty
off.
strong guy.
Some strength.
This is where Matt's acting goes from a 9 to a 12.
The direction was just yell.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, Matt. Be yourself.
What's my motivation? You're angry because these children have stopped you and killed one of your men.
He's just a caricature. He's kind of a caricature in real life. He's like this person that I don't believe is real sometimes.
I don't think he is either.
Just the stuff he does and the things the pictures and videos.
The stories in general. There's a YouTube video of the 4th of July before this where...
The incident.
Yeah, where he jumps a fence and rips his ass open.
Yeah, they should look at that. That's something.
Yeah, that
And
I'll put a link on the bottom.
And like he sent that video of when he was like on a boat dancing with some entertainer.
He just gets asked to things.
Oh,
like
no.
limos drive by and say, hop in. Oh yeah, this is kind of intense. I had to pitch this to Frequency before. I had to pitch this episode. I was like, can I do this episode? They're like, yeah, just don't show them getting shot.
I was watching this with Rachel, and she thought the show was over.
The show was over.
She's like, this show doesn't, there's no resolution. I was like, yeah, everyone died. Good.
Yeah, I think I could.
Oh, and this is good. I like this.
I think I put this as a status was end of the episode, end of the series.
I don't like this laugh. It's really
It was all a
creepy.
dream. Yeah, this laugh is terrifying.
It's not that much farther off than Nico's real laugh.
Yeah, which is hilarious. It's not terrifying at all.
I think the beeps are funny.
Yeah, Mike was like, Ryan should be there already. I was like, okay, do what you gotta do, man.
I think that was the...
Yeah, Mike edited and directed that episode.
Well, there's some stunt action going on. Got
Oh,
this
yeah.
Nice
And
get up
if
in
you
tennis
looked,
shoes.
Connor's asleep in the back
Oh,
when he
yeah.
opens the door.
His feet are just
Connor
covered
was
by a
just like,
blanket.
I was like, Connor, can you act this? Yeah, alright, just hang out in the back. But he filmed a lot too.
This was like, what, a 9-hour shoot, probably?
This was 8, I think, or 7 hours, because you guys showed up at noon. I had pizza.
Yeah.
That was a real slap too.
Matt was so afraid to slap me. I kept telling him to slap me in the face.
No one wants to slap you. You're such a nice guy.
But he's such an evil person in this show, and then they wouldn't slap me, and I really wanted him to slap me. Like
It's funny how
really
all of the-
wanted him to slap me.
like all the evil characters are actually like so nice in real life. Like Matt and Ryan and Harrison.
It's like lovely people.
Yeah.
They know where we are.
Good conversation.
Tell the truth, kid.
He's trying to confuse them. If he says he knows where they are, then they don't.
And some
Tries to convince
flawless
them,
reasoning.
then they do. And
That was
Is all this music from
the
free thing?
Free play and like Meshuggah sound or something. I'm gonna have to look it up before.
they kill you.
I referenced it. I credited them at the end. Okay. I was gonna have Nico and Kelsey have a love romance when it was gonna be Harrison and Kevin. Harrison and Kevin were originally gonna play Joel and Pete, but their schedules conflicted so hardcore. I was like, okay, second best actors best actors I know that aren't working for Frequency.
real quick before we
No, it's fair.
they don't know you both are here, but they believe
Just take away the love and then cast
don't divorce.
me
Correct?
to save the day.
Well, your character's based off of Mike, and Nico's character's based off of more naive Connor.
This is a funny way to direct.
Sorry,
it.
I mean naive
To
Connor.
be like them.
You guys aren't getting anything out of me. My mouth is shut. Leo?
This is where shit gets real.
Don't do it, Leo. I remember Matt wouldn't do that either. He was like, I don't want to push you down too hard.
Yeah.
I was like, just push me down, man.
You're gonna tell me
He's like, I'll yell at him. I'm like, no.
Make it sexual. Push me down.
And get up, climb on top of him.
Yeah, this scene could have gone in a really different direction. I would have been fine with it.
I didn't know how many people that I don't know watch the show versus people I do know don't watch the show. Because people have gone up to Nico apparently and like, hey, what's season 2 look like? And then yeah, apparently freshmen in the TV building have been watching the show in the learning community and stuff. Says one of the TAs. Oh yeah, I made Kelsey a badass, or Olivia.
I just remember we weren't down there when they were filming this, so they would just hear screams and grunts and
Found centipede
Yeah.
and he had a heart attack and I found the ransom tape.
This was a a lot of this was last minute memorizing, so we had an iPad behind some of the characters.
Just like reading.
Nico holding the iPad, yeah.
But it turned out pretty well. We're also all starving at this point.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think I got you guys pizza for noon, but at this time
Yeah.
it's like 7 p.m. or something.
But most of us went out after, since we're all dressed classy to begin with.
Lux Bar, actually.
Well, yeah, we went out and got some burgers and some drinks.
Matt's idea. That's all Matt was thinking about in the finale.
The chandelier's a nice touch.
He almost turned into Nathan Lane for a second, where he said Tahiti. This was improvised.
Where did you learn that?
I have a professional trainer.
And you didn't use it when you were being kidnapped because,
You were a good distraction.
well...
This took a few takes, but we got it down.
While underestimating your strength. And I can walk away knowing that...
And then Mike took over editing for a little bit during this part. He's like, you need it more exciting. I was like, alright, you go for it.
There are things I forget
It's a
happened.
great basement. I'm so glad they had a good
That was a
basement.
sweet basement.
Because I wrote it in before I had a location pinned, which is something a student should not do. A student producer.
We were kind of lucky everyone had like an appropriate house for...
Yeah, everyone had something available.
And this is where... Okay, I think this is the first one I wrote.
Oh yeah, this is... The next 2 episodes are Dan directing and writing.
And I wanted to kind of end it with an over-the-top edge that it touched in sometimes.
You could tell there was like a... You've been like... You're a fan of Joss Whedon because it felt kind of like Avengers as far as like dialogue and action. Is very... You made Matt even more menacing.
It's got some wit to it.
And Nico looks like not alive. He looks so frightened.
He's either acting miserable or he's
his friend just died.
actually miserable. May have been hungry.
He's the actor's hungry.
I think I'll send it.
Character's sad.
I think that should.
He's just thinking about pizza.
I don't want to help that one.
That was a real slap.
Yeah, there's
you-
almost a laugh.
Yeah, I saw
Almost
her.
a
I
laugh.
saw that. There was while I was editing. I was like, oh no.
Well, it was worth it. And then another. I got to knock
That was
out 2
some
people
good
with
timing.
this.
Mike actually edited. No, never mind.
And then this shot, I
didn't
just
know
wanted
this
to shot
actually.
in there.
He edited a little bit though.
I wanted a cool shot of me looking cool, which is a rare sight.
I had to do a last minute close up for that.
Some hugs, some bro hugs,
And then boom.
and enter everyone.
It's Connor Bach, Michael Masterson, and some weird fucker we found on the street.
The aviators that
Yeah, with the haters
got
already.
from a cigarette reward point program.
And then I think I wrote you like a list of jokes I wanted to be in this episode
Yeah.
while you're writing. I was like, make sure this is included, this happens.
We had to touch back.
At one point we cut out, I think we cut out the Nico, or not the Nico, the Pete, Olivia love
Yeah.
thing. Because they were going to have like a kiss.
That slide is my favorite because
That was a great, yeah, that was your idea.
it's so fitted. It's so like out of place.
This is also directed and written by Dan. That was one of my jokes, we're with fuck you. A little more than ass, but...
We've been sent here to do more than just bring in a star.
So now we're like meeting the people that we're
the
betraying
more part?
in a sense.
Job, gentlemen. It's time
Yeah,
for you to
me,
move up.
me, Mike, and Connor are usually in most of the White Pig TV sketches, so I was like... And they're... The Joel and Pete are based off of Connor and Mike, so it was appropriate to have them cameo. It was just going to be them two at first, but...
I just really wanted an excuse
wanted
to
to
say
say-
"good sirs."
Good sirs, yeah.
I
That was
like
good,
it.
that was appropriate.
Understood.
I miss people.
Me
talking
and
cool.
Mike edited this while waiting for The Hobbit. Like, we were in the theater editing this
That's
at like
lovely. There's a love
10:30.
triangle for you.
Yeah, there's a... That, you know where we're taking her. Hope her family's not
Taking
watching
Matt's
this.
wallet. That's smart.
I think that was Mike's improv. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think he did it and then we redid it because he laughed, but it was really good.
Yeah. And then this was a...
Then it goes back to you wrote this part. This is back to you.
I wrote the chief part.
And the band-aids. And now we've jumped back to like day 1 of shooting, or maybe day 10.
3 for you, or 2 for you guys, 3
Yeah.
for me.
We jumped back in time. Though I really didn't know the context of this scene at the time. I don't think we had.
I think that
nobody
was.
else had
I
written.
think some of this is Kevin's improv too.
Yeah,
Kevin and Harrison are great improvisers.
funny guys. Funny guys.
Funny guys.
Oh, you can see your little schedule on the back still.
Oh yeah. Ryan asks. You can kind of advertise the other shows.
The
And
other
Then Some. I was
frequency
a guest
TV
on And Then
shows.
Some. I wanted you and Nico to make an appearance on that And Then Some for like a promo.
Yeah, bad schedule conflicts with anything cool to do.
You and Nico were working a lot. I was gonna have Mike and Connor.
Just come on and play.
It was just like wait till they came back.
Oh, they look the same.
But-
I believe it. We have a nice phone call. Oh, there's Iron Man. It's a good choice.
Yeah. I wanted this line to end it. I was like thinking of how to end it. I was like, it'd be perfect if he just like if we cut him off.
There's a really cute smile.
Hairy white ass.
And this lovely credit scene, which was I was really
This was
impressed
this is
by.
Kate Atkins during finals week in like a day. But it was poor girl. She just went on vacation, and I texted her like, you misspelled Kelsey and Connor's name. It was Kesley and Connor Block. And I was like, just send me the pictures and I can redo it. She's like, okay. She did it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like it.
Yeah. I think Tom should make his profile. Tom's is like...
With the glasses.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
Kelsey's looks like Paramore.
That could be. I
Tom,
could see
yeah.
that. With
Connor Block. I took a picture of it because I liked it. So it was really
a
funny.
twofer.
Matt was watching this. He's like, I knew you guys would be in the same shot. I was like, well,
BFF.
I wish I could credit Mike as a editing consultant, but
These
but
are,
yeah,
the credits make me laugh because it's just our names a whole bunch of times.
yeah, it's just our names over and over.
My
and
favorite
over
one
again.
though is the stunt coordinators, as Nico and I. I don't
Well,
know
because
why.
you guys like beat the shit out
Yeah.
of each other. But yeah, stay tuned. Watch our Christmas episode starring
yeah.
Austin
That
Thomason.
thing.
Yeah.
That was
That was
really-
filmed like 2 days ago. But thanks for Chris and Nikki. Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
This has been Ryan Pig and Daniel Att.
And bye, Ryan. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too, Daniel.